Not Afghanistan, Pakistan.
Pakistan, that's right there.
Saudi Arabia.
All over, showing everybody in the world how wonderful bluegrass can be. And I'm thrilled to bring him here tonight, chicken or not. But here's a Henhouse Prowlers.
from Akron, Ohio. Believe it or not, he went to college at the Berklee College of Music to study mandolin. He is a fabulous musician, a fabulous songwriter, and a wonderful person. Please make welcome Jake Howard.
Those crying eyes to full goodbyes. Here's what we're gonna do. We're going to tear up the wallet pictures, throw out your romance cards, put on the best darn records you own, and pull out your dad's guitar. The best thing for tears and singing too, and that's just what we'll do. Have you ever been sad when you're singing along to your favorite country song? Throw out your romance cards, put on the best darn records you own, and pull out your dad's guitar. The best thing for you, that's just what we'll do. Have you ever been sad when you're singing along with your favorite country song? He wasn't lying when he wrote his heartbreaking, when he said the bottle let him down. But a record won't do that while it just spins round and round. Let the music hold you until you're falling to the ground.
Yeah.
Same song, right? We are going to tear up the wallet picture, throw out your romance cards, put on the best darn records you own, and pull out your dad's guitar. The best thing you hear is singing, that's just what we'll do. Have you ever been sad when you're singing along to your favorite country song? Have you ever been sad when you're singing along to your favorite country song?
All right, folks, as we move down the line here, we're lucky enough to have 4 singers and songwriters in this band. This guy is really special. He's been playing with us for 4 years. His old band first opened for us probably 12 years ago, and within the first 2 songs of seeing his band play, I thought, oh my God, I want that guy in my band. And about 8 years later, we made it happen. He's a fabulous person, incredible guitar player. His songs are unforgettable. From Bloomington, Indiana, please make welcome Chris Fowl.
Well, well, she didn't take the street I do. She done well, she done well, she didn't take my corn. Then take my corn and my troubles too. Take my corn and my troubles too. Take my corn and my troubles too.
Right into Dallas, regretting being born. There's a good thing for Arthur, so it's gonna be a storm. That sun had faded fast up in Missouri. Big Daddy kept me driving into the night. Up and down the Ozark Hills like rabbits on the run. Being poor and being black in 1961 didn't want one staring down the road of the line. One truck, two gas tanks, and a rifle rack. When he died, I got his plaid shirt and his Seagram's hat. Uncle Bubba didn't have a lot of money. Uncle Bubba had a monkey on his back. One truck, two gas tanks, and a rifle rack. Truck, two gas tanks, and a rifle rack. When he died, I got his plaid shirt and his Seagram's hat. Uncle Bubba didn't have a lot of money. Uncle Bubba had a monkey on his back. And one truck, two gas tanks, and a rifle rack.
in the band, Mr. John Goldfine.
You guys are jamming, man. Do it.
This is a song that was written by my father-in-law who grew up in Missouri. Grew up down in a town called Timon, Missouri. The song that he wrote was called Morning Dove. Through the silence of the Ozark Hills, you'll hear the morning dove. It's the sound of his lonesome cry as he calls out for his lost love. Without her love, his life seems over, his empty heart filled with pain. His lonesome cry is full of sorrow, his grief in the morning rain. My heart is broken. Oh, my darling, come home to me. Come home to me. These tears can't drown my pain and sorrow. Come home to me. Come home to me. The summer flowers have lost their beauty, leaves have begun to fall. All the birds have hushed their singing when they hear his haunting call. Now the sky is dark and dreary, clouds hide the setting sun, with rain and darkness falling. Still he calls for his love to come home. My heart is broken. Oh, my darling, your number. Well, you got just the man for the job. Please welcome from Homer, New York. This is Mr. Ben Wright on the bass.
Right on, baby.
what you've been doing wrong. Folks, we're going to change gears just a little bit here. And I want to give you guys, this next song needs a little bit of an introduction. Thank you. We consider ourselves very fortunate as a band. This band started in Chicago more than 15 years ago as a bunch of guys that just wanted to play bluegrass and never imagined that we'd be able to do it for a living, let alone some of the opportunities we've been given as a band. About 11 years ago, we got an offer to go to Europe and travel around Europe for a month, and we did that and realized how much we loved not only sharing American music with people in other countries, but also getting to see the world and meet people from all over the world. And someone mentioned to us a program called American Music Abroad. And American Music Abroad is a State Department program that actually started back in the 1950s during the Cold War. What happened was Russia was trying to have cultural influence on the world by sending ballets and orchestras all over the world. And the U.S. realized they couldn't let that happen unanswered. And so they sent the best musicians America had to offer. And in the 1950s, that was jazz music.
Yes.
And they had a program called the Jazz Ambassadors, and they sent artists like Louis Armstrong, all the most incredible jazz musicians in the world went on these massive tours all over the world. And what happened was the State Department realized really quickly that musicians were much better diplomats than diplomats were. So the Cold War kind of ramped down, but that kind of programming did not, because it's actually a really good expenditure of taxpayers' money, because music connects people no matter what. And so we applied for that program, that Jazz Ambassadors program. Over the years, changed names, changed funding sources. It's now called American Music Abroad, and we applied for it and auditioned, and it was a very stressful situation, but we got it. And, and it was, we didn't realize it was the beginning of many adventures. The first trip we took, they sent us to West Africa. We were in Liberia, Congo, Niger, and Mauritania. 4 of the most remote countries in the world. And literally what they do is they fly us into these places and they drop us off, and oftentimes we're paired up with a local band that does not speak English, and we're given about 90 minutes to figure out how to make music with them before we go on stage.
Awesome.
And the first time scared the bejesus out of us, but it's a cliche, but music really is a language.
Yeah.
And we've realized how much we enjoyed these incredible connections, and we kept getting offers to do that. And at this point, we've been to 28 countries. What we realized was that the other side of those opportunities was the opportunity to bring what we learned back home with us. And we pretty quickly, it started to be clear that we couldn't just show up to these countries and play bluegrass music. Like, it's cool, they appreciate it. But if we don't show up and have spent a little bit of time learning about their culture and their music, it just doesn't go as far. So we started learning music from those countries and performing them there, and that just opened up doors you couldn't imagine. And those songs, in turn, we're able to come back and perform them in the States and have conversations with kids, adults, everybody about these places we've been that a lot of people are like, oh my God, like we went to Pakistan. And people are like, how are you safe? It's like, we were totally safe in Pakistan. It is not always what you hear on the news about these places. And so we built a nonprofit organization called Bluegrass Ambassadors. We do workshops with kids, workshops with adults. And if you want to learn more about that, you can go to bluegrassambassadors.org. In the meantime, we're going to share one of those songs with you right now. This song is from our second trip. We went to East Africa, 5 countries in East Africa. And it's hard, when you do 5 countries in a month, learning one of these songs is a lot of work. We're learning to sing in these languages. It's a lot of work. We can't learn 5 songs for 5 countries in a month. So we try to find a song that is regionally popular, and this song nailed it. This is a song by a band called Sauti Sol from Kenya. This song is in Swahili. There are actually about 4 different languages in this song. But in that part of the world, just because you don't speak the same language doesn't mean that the song doesn't become popular. And this tune is massively popular all over East Africa. Again, it's by a band called Sauti Sol. We got a chance to hang out with one day. That's another story. And the song is called Suriyako, and it's actually kind of tells the story of a traditional Kenyan wedding. And it's a beautiful tune. I can't tell you enough to go check the original version of this song out. And we're going to sing it for you right now. Kupende, mama, staki bugine, ashu siniache, senitende, mama, usupende migine.
shaka Missouri mama. Oh, Missouri mama. Missouri mama. Missouri mama. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Missouri mama. Yeah, Missouri mama.
If you want to read the translation of that song and find the original version, it's all on our bluegrassambassadors.org website. So check it out.
Yeah. Whoa, you are so powerful.
way. I can't get stuck on you. I wonder where I'm headed, how long I'll be around. I'll sober up, make some friends, and I'll start breaking ground.
I'm breaking new ground.
Was
Lost but now I found. Stars where once I frowned.
I'm breaking new ground. I was heading down hill, sharp curves and dusty grades. But each mile I go forward, those dark memories will fade. People tell me what to do, but I don't hear a sound. The only voice I listen to says keep on breaking ground.
I'm breaking new ground. Was lost but now I found. Stars where once I frowned.
I'm breaking new ground. I sowed seeds of hatred, now I'm sowing seeds of love. I may not be around to see the crop, but sure enough, anyone can set the path to king or queen be crowned. I finally found the path for me, so now I'm breaking ground.
inspired by a trip we took to Saudi Arabia. Not a place we ever imagined we'd go to. And we had one day off. We did a week of shows in 3 different cities. And we had one day off in the capital of Riyadh. And there's a national museum in Riyadh that is one of the most opulent things you've ever seen. Like just as good as any museum in Washington, D.C., just from a different perspective. And when you walk into the museum, there's this timeline, this huge timeline that runs the length of this building that is the history of Islam. And it's broken down in a bunch of different languages, including English. So I was walking along this wall and looking at all these historical moments in the history of that part of the world. And all of a sudden I recognized the name on this timeline. And that's what this song's about. So. Folks say there was a man named Jesus, and that there is little doubt that he had a way of thinking every person should try out. But not long after this man's words across the land began to spread, influential men of power started twisting what he said. Don't judge your neighbor
unless you're looking in the mirror.
It doesn't matter one bit if they didn't come from here. Feed the hungry.
You might be hungry one day too.
Not every person on this planet is as fortunate as you. Now it's 2,000 years later, and some say it's getting worse. These men are only getting louder and increasingly perverse. So let's take a moment to make sure it's not all misconstrued, because it never hurts to go back to a subject and review. Don't judge your neighbor
unless you're looking in the mirror.
It doesn't matter one bit if they didn't come from here. Feed the hungry.
You might be hungry one day too.
Not every person on this planet is as fortunate as you. You don't have to be a Christian to take on this point of view. Let us not forget that Jesus was a Muslim prophet too. Did you know that's really true? You can be a Hindu, Catholic, or arthropod. You don't even have to believe in a higher power God. Don't judge your neighbor
unless you're looking in the mirror.
It doesn't matter one bit if they didn't come from here. Feed the hungry.
You might be hungry one day too.
Not every person on this planet is as fortunate as you. Now as this song comes to a close and we all go along our ways, it's important to remember there are coming better days. If we all just take a moment to remember what is best. We are all just human beings. No one's better than the rest.
We got a few more for you. We do have some merch out there. We've got CDs and records and T-shirts. So make sure you stop and see. Our good friend Ian is out there. Ian he's our sound guy. And you know, since today we were supposed to be playing on that stage out there.
We already paid him for the day. So.
We gotta pay him for something.
Hey, good, say hi.
Stop and see him on the
Gonna be busy.
This is a song off our newest album. It's a series of true stories. It's called Rich Man's Dream.
from the store. Didn't get much sleep last night, the banjo player snores. AC isn't working, the windows need a clean. I need a break, but for goodness sake, I'm living the rich man's dream.
The rich man's dream, oh, the rich man's dream.
Woke up in Karachi with a fever of 101, nearly hot as the air outside, still the muscle move on. Time to get on stage, can't keep my foot down. No porcelain got at this kid, just a hole in the ground.
The rich man's dream, oh, the rich man's dream.
Life on the road ain't the luxury it seems, but in the end we'll still pretend to be living the rich man's dream. Diplomats come up to us and say, if I could do it all again, I'd live my life your way. They go to their families, their luxury estate, drink Dom Perignon with caviar on the plate.
The rich man's dream, oh, the rich man's dream.
Life on the road ain't the luxury it seems, but in the end, or so it said, the rich man's dream. Someone so like gear, instruments and cables, even the clothes people wear. Forced in from the poor rich man, peace to rich man. Open to Chicago, rolling in an empty van. Someday when we're older and in our rocking chairs, with artificial knees and can barely see or hear. Think back on the old days, was it all just one long dream? Through it all, spring, summer, fall, the rich man's dream.
The rich man's dream, oh, the rich man's dream.
Life on the road ain't the luxury it seems. We're feeling rather lucky to be the rich man's dream.
Thank y'all. It's been such an honor to play for you guys tonight.
Thank you.
We're gonna leave you with this goofy number here.
Love it.
You got it.
Definitely don't want to do
He wrote this song. I don't want to take credit for it. That's for sure.
You were on the first part.
It's true.
They said they had
That's true.
CDs. We gotta
One,
get
two,
one.
three.
Wow.
I guess they wanna all be losers too.
Your loving kisses were so sweet, they moved me to a rockin' beat, a beat that turned my two-step into swing. All the while you were treating me bad, inviting other fellas to your pad, and dancing till the morning birds would sing. They're lining up to let you make them lonesome. They're lining up to let you make them blue. They all see how you make losers, and I guess they wanna all be losers too. Oh, my friends say that they saw you at the movies, in the back with your new lover boy. If it's true, he's gonna be surprised.
Whoa!
When you treat him like an old forgotten toy. Something was lame when you kept mixing up my name with Tom, Ron, Don, John with an H, and Fred.
Wow.
They're lining up to let you make them lonesome. They're lining up to let you make them blue. They all see how you make losers, and I guess they wanna all be losers too.
That's awesome.
And I don't know why they can't refuse her, driving round their benzene cruisers. Guess they wanna all be losers too.
Hold on. We're not done. Hold on.
Oh, wait. Oh. Okay. Incredible. Incredible. Yay. Oh, they're gonna try to outdo each other.
Oh, the big one back there.
And I guess they wanna all be
finish here with the first song we ever learned for any of our international travels. We didn't realize what a big deal this song would be. This is by a hip-hop duo in Nigeria called P Square. And we learned this song, and it was definitely a doozy to learn. And when we got to Nigeria, we actually played this party at the U.S. Embassy in Abuja, the capital of Nigeria, on July 4th.
Wow.
And it was this huge party, like 1,000 people there, and we were about to go on stage, and this guy in the most incredible purple suit I've ever seen walked up to me and said, "Do you know who I am?" And he was part of the group of this song that we're about to play. And I said, "Yeah, you're Peter Okoye," and he said, "I heard you learn my song." Yeah? I said, "I'll be watching." It was like, oh my God. And so we got up on stage and played the song, and the audience loved it. And the most incredible thing happened. You can find this on YouTube. About halfway through the song, he hopped up on stage, and we became his backup band. And it was one of the most powerful things ever.
That's awesome.
And so you guys are going to hear this song. It's an incredible tune. It's called "Chop My Money."
Yeah.
And in Nigeria, people speak what's called Pidgin English, and it's very close to English, but has its own variations. And the chop is kind of a multi-purpose verb. And in this instance, chop my money means go ahead and spend my money. I don't care because you're beautiful. So some things are universal. Here we go. 2, 3, 4.
It's the remix, yeah, look the remix, yeah. Ben Rapp, Dollar and Jake, Howard, Mr. Johnny, proud as a music.
First of all, you're the type of woman that stays on my mind. Walk down the street, every guy wanna jump on your behind. It's your seduction to make sure that we stay in line. Sexual corruption, 'cause I kill anyone for your time.
Time, time, yeah.
Even though I make real dough, you're the reason there'll be more. Yeah.
Time, time, yeah.
Even though I got much more, I don't mind if you
Chop my money, chop my money, chop my money,
'cause I don't care.
chop my money, chop my money, chop my money,
'Cause I don't care. Don't care.
don't care,
Don't care.
don't care,
Don't care.
don't
I
care,
get to play tea. I don't care.
don't care,
Don't care.
don't care,
Don't care.
don't care.
Girls, they love me.
You get this raggedy, body no not no wobbly. We supposed to live like family, babe. I know they lie.
I know they lie.
There's just no happy. She gets my swag and I get money. I did try my best to be somebody, 'cause I'm living my heart. This girl, they make me
Aye, aye, aye,
I didn't feel this, baby. You know I believe this girl.
aye, 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 aye.
If you see this, baby, tell them, say.
Chop my money, chop my money, chop my money,
'Cause I don't care.
chop my money, chop my money, chop my money,
'Cause I don't care. I don't care.
don't care,
Don't care.
don't care,
Don't care. I get to plenty. Don't care.
don't care,
Don't care.
don't care.
No fear. Just go there.
Hey, 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 hey.
Never love you get for you now, Jackie Chan.
Oh yeah!
I can. Hey, up a leg for my leg. One more leg, I can't get better. Gente solo closely.
Ha!
You see her
Aye, eyes, aye, eyes.
You never believe she's looking at me.
Dirty aye, eyes, aye, eyes.
If you see this, baby, tell them, say.
Chop my money, chop my money, chop my money,
'Cause I don't care.
chop my money, chop my money, chop my money.
'Cause I don't care. I don't care. no fear, 'cause he knows
Thank you everyone for coming and tolerating the circumstances.
That was incredible.
Did you like that? That's about it. We're gonna skip Cluster Pluck tonight. We'll bring them back. We'll cover them for expenses. Sorry, but they need more electricity than we can provide right now. They'll be back. Keep tuned in to what Peaceful's been doing. We'll bring them back down here and do a show with them. Tomorrow, 9 o'clock, we got a drink bar out here, mimosas again. If you had any Amy stuff down there, you can do it again. If you didn't, you should come back and try one of her Bloody Marys or mimosas. And this basically concludes the festival. Thank you.